Kettle On, performed by Rebekah Austin. So a bit about Rebekah. She's a Sheffield-based actress and singer. Most recently, Rebekah helped create memories for families aboard the Polar Express train ride in Wensleydale, an immersive theatre experience. Rebekah is mum to 2 young children and loves crochet, coffee and country music. So let's welcome to the stage Rebekah.
Thomas Street, Wigan. This is where I grew up. That curb there is where I got this. Bulldog. Got properly decked by my brother. Laughed his arse off he did. Weren't bloody laughing long though. Now there I was, laid on the street, my arm bleeding, proper thought I were gonna die. And I'm giving it big licks, you know, rolling about and shouting like I've stepped on a landmine. And I hear my mum shouting from the front door. And when I look up, all I see are the other kids scattering like mice running back into their holes. And Ardine's face literally goes white when he realises she's coming out to see what's going on. She didn't even ask if it were him who'd done it. She just proper belted him right back at head. He starts crying and she's shouting about, wait till your dad gets home. Then she turns around, literally drags me up off the floor and starts bloody shouting at me too. God, we were scared of her. But I tell you what, we knew she loved us more than out. Strongest woman we knew. Every kid on the street was terrified of her. Half at mums were too. Even when my dad died when I was 17, my mum just carried on. You know, like she were injected with more life, enough to make up for the fact she were doing it on her own. She were amazing. She just did everything. How the bloody hell she managed looking after us little shites, I'll never know. But she were always busy, she were always up to summit. Maybe that's how she coped. Never stopping long enough to think about anything. Whenever anyone asked where my mum was, I'd always say, she's in house chasing dust, probably. She's 72 now. And there she is. Strongest woman I know. Stood in a nightie at middle of the street. Gazing up at the sky. Teaspoon in one hand and mug in the other. Come on, Mum, let's get you inside. Get you warm. But I'll pop Kettle On. You.
So I can reveal your round of applause. Richardson, if you'd like to, there you are, if you'd like to come up and tell us about yourself. We'll see you there.
That's an introduction, so everyone should stop my arse in the So it's like heart-wrenching to listen to it because it's about my mum. And my mum's got dementia, so it's a bit sad. And like everything in that was, well, her stories about her actual, she didn't end up with that, it's just her actual brother had a trolley that they nicked from the supermarket and rammed her into the gable end of the house and she knocked both of her front teeth out. I thought that might be a bit too much, so I went for the, you know, the cut on the elbow. But it's the opening monologue to a play I wrote called Loose Leaves, about the gradual forgetting of that basic ritual of making a cup of tea for someone, because it's the first thing you do, isn't it? Your mum goes, oh, should we have a cup of tea? And then when she doesn't know where kettle is anymore, it's a bit rubbish. So, but I absolutely love, I wrote it, and I'm so sorry, I wrote it with my accent. And when you read it in that, I was just like, oh, it was so lovely. So thank you so much. Thank you. It was